Welcome to Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Jimmy.
Thanks for joining us. If it's your first time, welcome. This is a podcast where Jimmy and I listen to a song and make an anime for it. Today's song in question is Say Yes by SIS. And you can search it up. Maybe you've already listened to it. Maybe you've clicked the link in the description. Whatever, but that's the song we're using. So if you want to follow along, it might make more sense.
Just say yes.
Just say yes. Oh, good one.
Was it?
Yes. I would say yes. So we've listened to this song.
Am I on a prank camera?
And we've taken 5 minutes to write down what anime would have the song Say Yes by SIS as the theme song. Yes. And now that we've written down our ideas in those 5 minutes, we're going to combine them into a mega anime just for you and mostly us because we have fun doing this. But glad to have you along. And
buckle up.
Yeah.
Buttercup.
Yeah. We will
And Blossom.
share our ideas and then we'll...
Bubbles.
Hey, I see what you're doing.
Got 'em.
You're doing the Powder Puff Girls.
They're here.
Powder Puff? Power Puff. Power Puff. Why'd I put a D?
Donuts. Craving some donuts. Craving those doughy nuts.
Okay. Little stranger than I thought it would start. But,
Just donuts.
sure. We're going to, try and cast ourselves in it and some other fun stuff after we share and figure out how to make it one. But that's pretty much it.
That's the show.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. It is a prank show. Hey!
It's time for a nap.
You figured it out, Jimmy. You're on candid camera.
Oh, what's his name?
Tom Bergeron?
No.
Was he?
Who was the prank one, though?
Oh, I don't know.
From 70s show?
Oh, Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, he had a thing, right?
Yeah, he did Punked.
Punked.
That was like
I'm
hardcore.
being punked right now. Who was the other? There was another guy who was kind of maliciously prank. Alex, I don't know, whatever.
There were a lot.
There's a lot.
What happened to those?
I feel like even Tom Green kind of did that with his thing.
What happened? They're all gone.
They've moved on.
The fad is over.
Well, no, I think shows still do that. Kind of like Billy on the Street is sort of that.
Yeah, I can see that.
To a less prank degree and more of just like a get dunked on by Billy.
I feel like now they have the what would you do? Where they set up these crazy scenarios and then film strangers to see how they react.
Oh, yeah. I think it all moved to YouTube, actually.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because it's like, you don't really need a budget. You just need to go outside and have a dollar bill attached to a string or something.
Yeah. Not that anyone should be going outside right now, but...
I got the dollars.
Anyhow, shall I share my idea, get us going?
Do it.
On this episode here? All right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
A young bird farmer... And I'm imagining bird as in a, llama chicken mix. So, if a llama and a chicken were combined into a bird.
Oh, have you spelled it like BYRD?
Nope. But that's cute. Totally should do that.
Just a thought.
I mean, just scribble.
So, really puffy birds?
Yeah, and
or
big.
Or big, okay.
They're big and they're fluffy, but they're like chickens.
Like that one...
llama chickens.
Like in Final Fantasy, like a chocobo? Or...
Could be.
Like in... the Shield show, there was the Shield guy, remember? He was green, and he had the Raphtalia lady, and then he had the bird queen, and she was a big old bird.
Yep.
You've made a big old bird.
Okay, well, I was imagining a long-necked, so a fluffier
Chocobo.
Emu,
I got it.
maybe,
We're there.
but also with ears?
Yeah, sure.
Any case.
A BYRD, bird.
BYRD indeed.
Weird skin bird.
A young bird farmer has her world turn on its head when an adventurer comes to town to heal after injury. After the adventure, which this is a small town, so it's a really big deal that there's an outsider there, and they're not super welcoming, and then they're like, oh, you're an adventurer, we're farmers around these parts, you're not welcome.
You're bringing enemies into our midst.
You're crazy for
We had to put somebody up in the watchtower.
We forgot we had that. But after the adventurer is able to, they seek out work, and guess who will take them? the bird farm.
Beard farmer.
Beard farmer.
Leonard Skinbird.
In exchange for room and bird.
Free beard.
Bird.
Free beard.
Of course, the two grow close and even start doing day trip adventures together. No one expected the birds to be such fierce allies either.
Chocobo.
So what got me here is the chorus, the little like, ooh, doo, 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 sounded like a llama chicken. I decided.
I gotcha.
That's what they'd sound like. So this has love, livestock, and adventure. What else do you need?
Nothing.
And I also came up with one bad title.
Love, livestock, and... Live, love, livestock.
Close, but pecking order, llama chickens to the rescue.
I think we've done pecking order.
I think we have to.
Yep.
Seems like something I'd do.
I think that was the bread one. Where, like, the old people made bread or something.
That sounds right. That does indeed.
We made old people make bread.
Oh.
Yeah. It's funny, your concept reminds me of, I was listening to a one-shot podcast once.
Oh, no.
Where they were playing Kagamitsu or something. I think that's the name of the game. But the point is that the GM is the Kagemitsu, like, samurai warrior who comes into this town, and all of the players are, like, women who are hoping to either, like, bed the Kagemitsu.
Oh my gosh.
Or something like that. But it's all about, like, pristine Japanese countryside being basically invaded by, like, one dude. And they turned it into competitive Kagemitsu.
Okay.
Where they were all vying for the affections of the GM. And I think it made them lose because they didn't work together to, like, get the win condition.
It'll get you every time.
I think it's one of my favorite, like, triplet of episodes in that entire podcast.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I might have to
loved
seek
it.
that out.
It was very good. I'll maybe link it on the Twitter or something later.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun, too.
Who knows? I like your idea. It's very fun.
Thanks.
I like Byrds.
I was kind of picturing, is it gonna, I'm not gonna remember which Zelda game, because I don't want to be wrong, so I'm just not gonna say.
Skyward Sword?
Nope,
Had
older.
the big birds? Oh.
Nope, but just, like, the farm where Epona is.
Oh, like Ocarina of Time?
Yes, that is the one. Okay, I just didn't want to get it wrong. But that's kind of what I was picturing, is like this big
I don't think you can get it wrong.
llama chicken farm.
Yeah.
And
That's
here
good.
comes the adventurer.
It's fun.
And not gonna lie, kind of want them to be a cute little same-sex couple. But, you know, we'll see what happens.
Hey, you know, might happen.
I'm watching some
I'll throw a
Steven
wrench.
Universe, and I want some strong female characters.
I know. God, I love that show. Mm-hmm. It's so good.
How did we sleep on that?
Adventure Time.
Yeah. Hot take.
Cartoon Network.
I like Steven better.
And Steven? Mm-hmm. Dude.
I like it better than Adventure Time.
That's
I'm
a
so
hot
sorry.
take. That's a hot take and a half.
I'm so sorry to tell you in this manner.
I haven't watched it all, so I don't have like a cohesive...
So far, I'm
You're all in on Steven?
digging Steven.
Steven's real good. Mm-hmm. I do genuinely love the show. I think I have a emotional attachment to Adventure Time.
Which I lack.
Yes.
And so Steven is...
Yes.
Mr. Universe is...
And I didn't watch
my
like
go-to.
I didn't watch like a season of it without you, or 6 seasons rather.
Yeah, you did a lot of Adventure Time solo.
Yeah, that's the thing. I had a lot longer with it.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyhow,
glad you're liking it.
I really am.
I'm very much enjoying it. It's a fucking amazing show.
and the theme song is just so cemented in my head.
Yep, it plays every time, and we never skip it.
Nope.
It's on Hulu, so we don't. It doesn't do the like Netflix skip intro thing.
Nope.
It's a good intro. So
And I'll
why would
wake
we
up
skip
at
it?
4 a.m. just to roll over and guess what starts playing in my head.
Wee.
Yep. Anyhow, that's my idea.
That's good.
That's pretty
I
much
do
it.
like it. It is very Zelda-y, Final Fantasy, Chocobo, fun,
But
very anime.
They do end up turning the bird farmer into like an adventurer too.
Oh, totally.
I don't know if I made that entirely clear.
I think it's even more clear that the adventurer becomes softened and somewhat of a farmer and akin to these bird animals, as well as the non-adventurer farmer person becoming more adventurous and riding them out and
Being in a small town,
defending
having,
the town even together.
Yeah,
There you go.
on the llama chickens.
That's really good. I like it a lot.
Lickens. Yeah, I'm gonna.
That's Beard.
Okay.
I'll give you my idea. It is very different,
'Kay.
but I think we'll figure it out.
We can do this.
My idea is as follows. Again, for Say Yes by SIS. You can listen to it now if you want.
Yeah, you heard one idea. See if you hear those birds.
So, mine is as follows. A chill summer job as a camp counselor? Sounds great. What could possibly go wrong? Well, for starters, all the kids in the camp are robots. The administration at the camp is also robots. But like android robots, so they look like people.
Are you saying that the main character is not a robot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you
Just checking.
Are you, the camp counselor, underqualified for this job? Should you just pretend to be a robot to make things easier? The first thing our plucky group of camp counselors has to do is find some free time and a private space to convene with the other counselors. Because I'm imagining this like big, sprawly, spread out camp where like each cabin is its own kind of like camp ecosystem.
Compound situation.
Yeah. And so to even like go to the lunch room or whatever and like everyone hang out, they're on like shifts for it. So everybody's separated and you don't know if all the other counselors are also humans in this robot camp. Either way.
So they can look at the children and it's like very obvious that they're robots?
No. It's like AI.
So you've made Baby Westworld.
Yeah, Baby Westworld.
Okay.
Now that the counselors have found this free space and have confirmed that only the counselors are not robots, it turns into them finding out why the robots posted this job and what their plans are for these human teens. Plucky, as I said before. Turns out that the robot kids just also need summer camp like normal kids, and so there were no nefarious intentions for the humans, such as like, we're having you for dinner.
Okay. As robots I want to do.
And the humans should just enjoy their time on the idyllic camp island that they find themselves on. But it's like really, it gets scary for a moment.
So it's almost like a horror movie because of how the teen counselors are treating it, but it's really totally fine.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like a step away from being a horror campy movie, B-movie.
All right.
But it's just like, yeah, robot camp. You didn't know about this?
I heard a space pant. Oh my gosh.
And they're like, well, the ad was really vague, and
I've
it's
heard
like
of space camp.
And space pants.
Well, yeah, you gotta wear pants in space. It's cold.
So yeah, it's actually just chill and cool, and there's robot kids.
Okay.
And robot adults, I guess.
If they're the what'd you call them, administration or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like Holes, where there's like just the group of older people who run the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's not Holes.
No, it's the opposite.
No Stanley Yelnats. Why is Holes up again?
It's just so relevant.
Was this lap episode or the one before?
So relevant to everything.
It's not. Is it?
It could be.
Peaches?
Dig it all.
Onions?
All peaches and onions.
And treasure and lizards?
Lipstick.
Lipstick, Kissy
Nail
K.
polish?
Barlow, nail polish, poison. I can
Dooley
fix
Hill.
that.
I mean,
Used to be a lake. Can I spoil that movie like every episode
just,
from now
I
on?
mean, in like 2 weeks, you're just gonna be telling everyone.
It's the Holes.
You're recounting the
recap.
entire.
I haven't even seen that movie since like high school or something. I couldn't even tell you.
I watched it a few years ago.
I didn't. That's not fair.
It was at work.
That's not fair.
We do that sometimes.
I gotta stream it somewhere.
Yeah, it was available, but now you might have to pay for another service.
No.
With a plus in it.
No.
Anyhow.
Stanley.
Do you have anything else you want to add before we try mixing them?
No, that was pretty much mine. I was thinking something along... there's something in the back of my head that says this won't be difficult to combine.
Okay.
Because we have a sort of campy, farmy thing.
Uh-huh.
And then an intrusion of adventurer robot. You know, our ideas are not too dissimilar.
Okay.
In their cores. So how do you want to combine Byrds
with
the robot camp?
Okay, if you don't have anything immediately, I'm going to throw something out there that you may not like, but it's just a thought I had.
I hate it already.
Perfect. Okay, so rather than the adventurer being a human, the adventurer is a robot.
Okay.
And they're coming to some sort of farm that also has, like, kids as a camp. Like a petting zoo farm, like working farm. What do they call those? Dude ranch?
I know what you're talking about.
But it's something where, like, kids can come and learn.
Are they a humanoid robot like in mine?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. But they're just also a robot, which is doubly the reason why they would be an outcast, because they're, like, not a real human in these parts.
This is good.
But tooey.
Isn't that in that one we started the whole...
Holes?
Made in Abyss, I think? There was the one with, like, the hookshot kid.
Yeah.
And it was weird, and we didn't watch it. It was on Amazon, I think. Didn't watch all of it, though. But you remember.
Maybe. A little bit.
Remember. There was a big hole. It's holes!
Oh, yes. That one it had really cute animation.
I know.
Okay.
Like, I kind of want to watch it.
I remember that one.
But we just didn't get back into it.
Yeah, he was like Robot Boy.
He was a robot boy.
And the rest seemingly were not.
He had, like, hookshot arm.
But that was just my first thought. But that's very centered on mine still.
I'm fine with that. I like the idea of the robot, again, being the outcast. That takes a good core
Rather
of
than the
mine.
human.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could be the other way. It's like a robot community and a human walks in and, like, shakes everything up.
That's the thing. It could be either one. Which one?
Do we want to humanize robots? Or do we want to, like, humanize one robot?
I feel like it usually works better. That's the thing, is do we want to go kind of with the status quo where one lone robot learns to love in a human-centric world, which is I kind of like in your setting because it makes more sense, whereas humans are already these, you know, touchy-feely human things with the dude ranch bird farming.
Yes.
Whereas, why would a bunch of robots be wanting these?
I was about to address that,
Bird llamas.
actually.
Okay.
I thought of a reason. Maybe the robots have moved in. However, the farmer is still human and is already an outcast in the community. And then an adventurer comes in who is either human or robot, and still we have that same connection.
Okay.
And then they work together to save the robot community. Maybe there was, like, some sort of war or something. It was like a ghost town, and so the robots are like, sure, we'll set up here. And they're a very nice group of robots.
Oh, of course.
But they don't farm, and so they have the farmer.
They don't need to, yeah.
No, they don't. Why would they? But maybe that's
works.
like the llama chickens. That farming has been there for generations.
I think that could
And so
work.
humans left and robots came in, but, like, this lone farmer, she's like the last of it. Her family has left or passed on, and so just her and the big birds.
I gotcha.
And then we have an adventurer who, again, could be a robot or a human.
Yeah. Are they an outcast
Or it
to
could
the
be
farmer?
like
Are they an
human
outcast
that had a lot of work done,
just
so
like
that
a
they could be
cyborgy-
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of, what do you call it, wetware? I don't know.
I think that could work. Man.
And the robots do look humanoid
yes.
in, like, the community.
Totally.
But they just don't understand because they don't farm, they don't know the history of it, and so they're just doing their thing, and farmer's doing her thing.
I gotcha. So it would be kind
I
of
don't
bridging
know.
the gap where the outsider would not have known how to farm, and so them connecting with this farmer person is the main strife, basically, because it's hard for this person, robot.
You know what? It could be interesting if the adventurer is a robot and is able to explain to the robot community how important the farming actually is,
I
and
like
how
that.
if they worked together instead of keeping separate, then their whole community could be more
I like
prosperous.
that. I like that a lot, and I think there's also initial pushback from the robot community where this outsider obviously, like,
It's a different kind of robot.
military tech. Yeah,
Yeah,
something
it's
like
like a soldier, basically.
And all these other robots are just kind of the worker drone,
Yeah.
standard. They aren't like kitted out with whatever.
No, they're able to do their jobs.
Yeah.
And they have a pleasant time, and their AI little brains are very happy.
Yeah.
And then a soldier comes in, and they maybe have flashbacks to their own kind of war.
Yeah.
Where the soldiers were bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that could work really well.
Because then maybe the soldier was part of, like, a bad
Definitely.
regime it fell, and so now we have the drone robots that were liberated to do what they want. They're not being forced.
Yeah.
They're not being used. The big soldiery ones are, like, dismantled or gone, but this soldier was always fighting on the right side of history, and so now they're just like an adventure, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm talking a lot. Are you good with all this?
I'm definitely good with
Okay.
all this. Yeah, 100%
Cool.
what you just said.
Cool.
It's really good. And it's different than the status quo.
It is.
So how many humans are there? Is it sort of a town in which, humans come in and out for trade and water and hole or whatever?
I'm picturing it's a really small place.
Mm-hmm.
It's so far out of the way. Most of the humans have moved to, like, city centers kind of a thing, which is very common even in, like, our societies today. Most people move to a city.
Yeah.
But the farmer has the ties. She has the farm. She's going to stay there. And then it was like, well, the robots can work in those places. They don't need everything that humans do way far out. We don't have to, like, truck all the food, blah, 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 whatever.
Fun too is there's the trader human
Yeah.
who comes with the big ox or robo-ox or whatever and comes and delivers supplies that she, requests and on Slamazon.
Good old Slamazon.
On medieval Slamazon.
Yeah, it's kind of like if Harvest Moon had
Totally.
robots.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, like, there is advanced tech, but they've backed off of it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. I
It's not
always
like
love
steampunky, but
I always love the kind of robots that are one with nature.
Yes.
And so they're not intrusive, but everything they do doesn't, like, fuck with the planet at all.
Yeah.
They're just kind of, like, around and
they're like
do
solar
their thing.
powered,
Yeah.
and they just chill, and maybe they, in a weird turn of events, maybe they make, like, handmade stuff.
Oh man, that's cute.
And so rather than be the factory workers that they were, designed to be, now it's like, you know what? I really like making pots and pottery and, blowing glass, which would be really interesting to see a robot blow glass.
It would be cool. I think
so cool.
it would always be like the learners would always make square things no matter what. And you're just like, how are you blowing?
No, you can do rounded edges.
Square
It's okay. But that would
Yeah.
be really interesting if they live far away. Like, if humans were there, you'd need a lot of traffic, a lot of stuff that would need to be brought around. She's self-sufficient at her farm with her birds. She has a garden.
So
blah,
what
blah,
are the
blah.
birds producing? Is it eggs?
I'm
Is
thinking
it
maybe eggs and
feathers
wool.
And wool? Okay.
So they have both. Like, they're
Yeah.
providing food and also, like, their fur, feathery, whatever
yeah.
downy coats you can make.
Well, I love the idea of them providing this kind of feathery wool and then the robots donning this as well. So this whole village has the same sort of vibe in terms of how they're dressed.
I'm kind of reminded, this might be too soon of a spoiler, the latest Star Wars movie?
Don't do that.
Okay.
It only just came out.
Okay. Well, it's just that one with the shrimp. The group that lives with the shrimp. That's not in the movie. That's the Mandalorian.
I was gonna say you can spoil the Mandalorian, and
Oh,
yes,
no.
yeah, it's very it's
forgive
kind of
me.
Native American inspired. I think.
Yeah, it's
With,
definitely.
like furs and patchwork stuff. Yeah.
They have it's a very much that kind of, like, self-sufficient.
blue shrimpies.
And sorry, wrong thing.
It is Star Wars.
It is Star Wars universe, and I've watched it recently, and therefore I'm confused. Apologies. Not in the movie.
It's Mando.
Don't look for them shrimp in the movie.
It's in Mando.
It's in Mando.
Watch Mando.
Yeah, that I would definitely say.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 Baby Yoda, blah, blah, blah.
Blah blah.
But just very back to the earth, back to
totally.
roots. They're building stuff. They're self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all, like, solar powered, blah, blah, blah. But I would think all the humans are together in a city center because it's easier for them to converse with each other, get food, get like healthcare, all that stuff. Mostly people have moved to large cities.
And I think it is, there's the
Long
counter.
story long.
There's the counter of humans living in these postmodern, very tall skyscraper, cloud city kind of things, whereas the robots are like clay huts and stuff like that. And so you're kind of like, wait, the humans are the ones like building up and like actually kind of decimating the earth again?
A little bit.
And you're like...
Like, they think they're doing better, but they're still leaving a footprint.
Exactly.
Whereas the robots have figured out a way to be like
Just net zero.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
So we have very conscious little robots who
good.
have been liberated. They built those towers. You know that they did.
Oh, totally.
They were forced labor by the upper class
like
that
Egyptian.
fell. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Pyramidal, even. I think we could totally just lean super into that.
That'd be crazy.
Not all of it, but, you know, it's in, like, Blade Runner and stuff.
Yeah.
That's future AF.
Also, you saying pyramid makes me think of the Louvre. And I think that there should be some sort of, like, art museum for the robots.
Sure.
Where they have, like, the stuff that they were making before they were liberated.
Oh,
and,
that's
like,
great.
the change.
Yeah.
And that would be really interesting.
A robot history museum.
Because when the adventurer comes, then the farmer, she can show them, like, this is what happened.
Yeah.
You were off doing this. This is what was happening here. These people were slowly escaping and making a haven for themselves.
And I think it's, like, semi-underground, like the Louvre. Mm-hmm. And it has, like, the huge pyramidal structure.
Yeah.
But then the rest of it is basically, like tunneled underground anyways.
And maybe the farm, the Byrd farm, they wanted those refugees, for lack of a better term, those escaped robots, to help them keep things going. And then that's maybe why they wear the cloth. The, like, not like a religious cloth, but like the Byrd cloth.
That's why they shave their heads.
But, you know, maybe they are really thankful for what happened, but it's been a generation and they don't know how to work together anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, if they shared some of the stuff they were doing, it would be better.
The new divisions are cropping up again, and you're like, this is what brought the first
but it's
war
just
in the first place. Yeah.
I don't know. We can...
Fourth war?
Tool with that.
Robo-war.
Robo-wars. Anyway, what do you think of this?
It's really good. I like this world we've made.
It's very, like, utopian.
/ dystopian.
Yeah.
Yes. Our fave.
The humans aren't having the best time.
But they kind of are. It's like they think it idyllic, but it is not.
No.
Yeah. In fact, I think that's a point of contention in the show is you get this naturalist kind of farm perspective.
The Harvest Moon.
When you get the trader coming through and is like, oh, I can breathe fresh air again.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what do you mean? And then there's some like weird arc that happens in like the city.
Even like heat bubbles, which are 100% a thing. When there's no greenery, the asphalt keeps it so hot in those cities, like a heat bubble.
Yeah.
So even that, where they're just like, oh, it's so much more comfortable here because it's so
breathe.
hot. People have to use like an air conditioner, which adds pollution, blah, blah, blah. So
or PFPs or, you know, all this stuff.
The bad things.
Yeah. No, that's really good. And so it turns into this sort of, how can I fix the greater problem? I'm just one person. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, robots will...
Yeah, and they band together, and they're able to work together to share the information of how to make things better.
I think, again, that's not focused on in the show, but it's definitely like, we can make incremental change in this future society. Mm-hmm. And it needs to be done now. A winky wink.
Yeah.
But it's like, we understand that you've entrenched yourselves in these shitty ways.
And the robots are like, oh... Well, if you grow the food for your birds in this manner instead.
Yeah.
But it's like she didn't know.
Oh, yeah. It's all about, like, optimizing for the robots. Is they're just like, oh, we got this. And they just, like...
They just do it. She's
just,
like, oh, my gosh,
and,
thank you.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's very good.
And then they're like, we just want some of your, I don't know, fertile soil to grow some of our flowers.
Fertile soil and byproduct
clay.
Of the...
They want her... some clay on her property to make the pottery,
oh yeah, she has like a big
that.
clay deposit in a river nearby.
Yeah,
again, because this is
like
idyllic countryside that we're seeing. Like, what's the one? Howl's Moving Castle has the.
Oh my god, I love that movie. I've been wanting to watch it.
Has the field of flowers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. the little cottage.
Yeah. Ideal. There you go.
Anyhow, so we have the robot adventurer who is different from the robots in the community and therefore is mistrusted.
Yep.
Like, they're kind, but they're not about to say, like, please join us, stick around.
No, they're gruff.
They're like, you're
Cold.
better now. You can keep moving.
Yeah.
But then they're like, no, I need to stay. And it could be like a PTSD. It doesn't have to be a physical injury.
True.
And so then they're at the farm and it's so peaceful and it's so nice and they realize, oh, I don't have to always be, watching my back or whatever.
Yeah. A physical injury generally is like the good, pin in like, you need to stay here.
I'm thinking maybe it starts that way.
Yeah.
And then it turns into more of a mental.
Yeah, I think so. That works great for me.
Because they can say, oh, well, whatever robot doctor's like, oh, no, you're healed. You could go and, I don't know, walk again or, wield
whatever.
a sword. I don't know. And they're just like, are you sure?
Yeah. I think
I should stick around a while.
I like the idea of robot wars going back to basically medieval.
Yeah.
Like sword shield. It's like,
but
we don't use
like
guns because...
a laser sword.
Yeah, like bullets don't do anything to our superior hides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta slash it. Kind of like the Halo swords.
Oh, yeah, an energy sword. A laser sword.
The lasers. But not a, help me.
A Spartan laser.
No, a lightsaber.
A lightsaber.
Not one of those.
A Spartan saber.
Anyhow.
This isn't Star Wars in any way.
It's not.
None of the robots except maybe one looks like C-3PO. Yeah. I like this. This is very good. Do you think we're at title phase?
We talked a lot about the, community, but what about, what actually happens? Do you like them still falling for each other, or is it weird because it's, soldier robot and human, so maybe they just befriend each other?
No, I think soldier robot is still a...
human enough?
Humanoid lady, and the farmer is a humanoid lady.
Okay.
And that they are a human.
That helps, for sure.
We're going Steven Universe here.
Yay!
We need it.
So they still have a friendship that develops into
Definitely.
deeper.
I need that in this because the emotional attachment is what keeps someone there, even if they, against all odds, are like everybody is telling them to not be there.
Yeah.
And so they're like, should I go? And it's like, no.
Stay.
I need you.
I need you.
Yeah.
So then I had them doing adventures, small ones that slowly get them
I think
out
that
and
still
about.
happens.
Is it still I don't know, an adventure where they're killing marauders and getting treasure, or is it furthering the whole Earth conscious?
I think it's the Earth conscious thing.
Okay.
Not to use another tabletop RPG, but Ryutama is one of those kind of naturalist RPGs where you can not focus on combat and is still be very engrossing.
Cool.
So
that's my kind of thing right there.
Again, it's like the quests are a river is drying up, or these beavers, something is happening in the wild,
okay,
and you have to find out why, and then quests.
Cool.
And it's still very questy RPG-y, but it's got that future tech
all right
kind of mixed in.
That sounds perfect. That's the only thing I wanted to iron out before we did title.
And see, I had it right here.
Yeah, thank you. I just needed it in here. My brain. I'm pointing towards my head.
Pulling it from Ryutama, just yeah.
Come here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eating it up like noodles. Okay.
That's great.
But yeah, I'm good with title now if you are.
I am also.
I don't think llama chickens to the rescue are necessarily the places we want to go.
Definitely can't do pecking order.
Well, you'll notice I didn't say that.
I know. But I remember.
But birds equal pecking. Didn't you know?
I did know that. Do you want to do a robot word?
Yes.
And a farm word?
Let's start there.
All right, you want to do a robot word first or a farm word first?
I can start at the farm.
I'll do a robot word. 3, 2, 1, oil.
Nature.
Oh. Similar.
Mm-hmm.
Oil comes from nature.
Mm-hmm.
Old nature.
Very old nature.
I'll do a farm word. You do a robot word.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, soil.
Artificial. Why did you giggle?
What were my words? Oil and soil.
Oh. I'm not sure I would have really put that together.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
I thought soil and I was like, oh man, oil.
Oily soil.
I like artificial. That's good.
Yeah, artificial nature.
It's not that.
No, but those
are two very good words.
I also thought of birds of a feather.
Ooh. Ooh, no.
Thank you.
Oh, but no.
Thank you.
Yes and no.
Perfect. We could do something like artificial sunlight, artificial intelligence, artificial, like that kind of
Yeah. Or
grow light.
something nature,
Okay.
you know.
You said you liked artificial, so
I like both.
I glommed on.
I like both.
Shared soil? Or like on the shared soil? Of the shared soil?
I think that could work.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's got your word in it, which I do
soil,
like. It does.
which has oil in it.
Also true. We can underline that if we want.
Of the shared oil. Of or on?
Either way. I wanted your input.
I think of.
I like that
of
idea.
Conveys the more like
the
tilling,
making,
farming aspect of everything, you know?
Yeah.
Tilling of.
It's made
It
from
is of
something.
the earth.
Exactly.
Yes.
Which is, I think, the vibe.
That's good. And it's shared. I think an emphasis on the fact that they are on this land together.
And trying to learn.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
That's really good. And I think, again, the soldier appearing is the crux of the show, but it's centered around the farm aspect and the small city, small town life.
It's just that the soldier comes and shakes it up.
Exactly.
But we have to establish what it is before we can shake it.
Yeah. But the main part of the show is the soil and the farming and nature aspect. It's very good. I like it.
And their relationship doesn't start to grow until the soldier is involved in the soil as well.
And the
in
sharing
the farming.
of things.
Yep.
It's good. Who do you want to be in of the shared soil?
Think I could pull off a robot in town?
Sure.
All right. I'll be a robot
They're humanoids,
in town.
and they sound human.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Thank you.
I'll also be a robot.
Let's go.
We'll have a robot animal
Yes.
that is also a robot.
2 of them.
2?
Yes.
Okay.
2 robot kittens.
Oh.
Ha, ha, ha.
Creepy.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Oh, tweak your voice modulation.
Ha, ha, ha.
Sweet. Okay. Oh no, a little too tweaked. We're in it.
Yep.
We have the title. We have everything
Yeah.
needed for the show.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone in particular. Just like
Absolutely
strong, badass ladies.
not. Hell yeah.
The huge.
Cast of Steven Universe, perchance.
I mean, if they're free.
If they're available.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Didn't the show end? They
I
had a
believe
movie?
so. I believe so.
That's
I
it?
think it just ended, so maybe they're free or maybe they're really busy. One or the other.
Trying to get other jobs.
Terrible. Okay.
Okay. We did it. We're in it. Some badass people are in it. That's the
Of
show.
the shit. Oh, yep. That's the show.
Instant Anime.
Just add music.
I'm Jimmy.
I'm Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you. We did it. We have a Twitter. If you want to follow us on there, it's at Instant Anime Pod, where we post GIFs teasing upcoming episodes, as well as very cursed images
Hashtag cursed, our friends.
and other cursed things that are good. We also answer questions on there. It's a social media, you know, be social.
Totes.
So yeah,
Yes, we have our website, instantannie.may. Check it out. It's where we host, so all of the episodes are there. They have their clickable links as mentioned earlier in the episode. And our sidebar is full of a bunch of goodies. We have shop.instantannie.may, or you can click there. If you want to get some merch, we have suggest.instantannie.may. Also a pinned tweet, also a clickable linky on the side.
clicky.
If you would like to have a song used in one of our episodes, which would then get it on our playlist of Spotify songs,
Double
assuming it's
whammy.
available. And that is just, it's full of bops. It's very fun to listen to.
It could be
kick out
your
of it.
bop.
It could be. Bop with us, would ya?
Bop along.
And just some podcatchers.
Just a couple.
Just a few, handful.
Twitter, website. That's it. Also, if you have the time to leave a review on your favorite podcatcher of choice, we'd really appreciate it. Review, rating, whatever. It's fun for us to do the podcast. And so, in addition, we'd like to know what you think. But it's a hassle. So don't if you don't want to.
Yeah, only, we're all home, we're all bored. We understand.
It's fine.
This may not be how you want to spend your time.
I don't want to sign up for another account and get random emails. Even if you check the I don't want emails thing, they're going to find a way.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't listen to that.
Find a way.
Email. Spam emails.
Spam emails.
Find a way.
Gmail doesn't filter enough out.
You can always suggest them to be filtered out, but it takes an extra button.
And that's the thing. We're not going to email you anything.
Oh, God, no.
They might.
That's true. Anyhow,
big old companies might.
If you want to, you can. Otherwise, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy.
Have a good one. See you next week. Bye.